And so,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
all right. First up, hearing, need a motion to sit as licensing board?
Seconded.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Hello?
We're there.
I'm sorry. Motion to sit as a licensing board was made and seconded. All those are in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, I had it on mute, sorry. Class F liquor license, open a remote hearing on an application for a Class F liquor license to hold a virtual wine tasting fundraising event scheduled for October 24th, 2020, filed by Donna Bodell, Langworthy Public Library Board of Trustees Treasurer, on behalf of the Langworthy Public Library, 24 Spring Street, Hope Valley, Rhode Island, in order to allow participants to pick up their pre-ordered and pre-packaged wine tasting materials at the library. I see Donna Bodell's out there. Let me just see.
Hello?
Hi, Donna, you out there?
Yes, here I am.
Okay, this is Frank. Hi, nice to hear you.
Hi, Frank.
Hi. Lisa, I guess any filing fees or anything, that all squared away? I know there was a waiver, so,
There is a waiver request,
okay,
or a request to the $15 filing fee.
okay. All right, Donna, you want to just kind of give the council just a quick idea of what you're planning? It seems like it's going to be a little different this year than past years, so.
It is. We had to obviously change course. We are going to have a virtual wine tasting, and we will be having a bag. You can buy tickets at the library or online. And on October 24th, after the library closes from 2 to 6, we'll be giving the bags out that people purchase. And basically they are purchasing, a ticket to support the library. We will have a bottle of wine, a book that's paired with the wine, a little snack, and then maybe we're going to have some gift cards as well in there that are donated by local businesses. So it's just something, we couldn't do. Obviously, our legendary in-person wine tasting, so we had to do second best. So so basically they will be picking up a bag with a closed bottle of wine, and they will all have been purchased tickets.
So you can't purchase them when you show up, I guess? That's.
No, because we will have them prepared. We have to have a count for the number of bags that we'll have made up.
Yeah. What's the deadline for that, so folks know?
I believe it's just going to be October, probably the 23rd, probably the day before. Our friends at Wyoming, Liquors package are donating all the wine, so we'll just let them know at that point.
Okay.
And what is the cost?
How much are the tickets?
Donna?
The tickets are $25. They're $30 each, or 2 for $50. So you can bring your best friend or spouse or whomever. So we are selling them 30 or 25 for 2, 50 for 2. Sorry.
Sounds like you're going to have a wonderful time.
So everybody's getting a bottle of wine that buys the ticket?
Yep. So the bag will have a bottle of wine, a book, a snack that pairs with the wine, and then maybe a gift card. We have to see what will be donated.
Okay. Any other questions for Donna? Scott, Sylvia?
Hi, this is Sylvia Thompson. I would, just for the record, well, for anyone listening, if anybody, of course, wants to just make a donation, they could obviously do it online, but the Langworthy Public Library is 24 Spring Street, Hope Valley, 02832, if anybody wants to mail something. And, of course, if somebody goes online, Donna, and they can make a donation and not pick up anything. There are ways to make a donation in general to the library?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, and they
All
can
right.
they can do it via PayPal. And we have, yes, absolutely, on our Facebook page, on our website, there are links to all of that.
Well, it's very creative, and I think it's great.
Oh,
Wonderful
wonderful.
fun.
Yeah, we had to get creative. We love to see everybody, our patrons, our, the friends of the library, but we'll just have to skip it this year.
Yeah.
Can you bring a check to the library during its open times?
Sure. Yeah.
By
So
the-
yep. Anytime.
Okay.
So Donna, this is Frank. So on your website, if I wanted to buy a ticket for 2 for $50, that there's a site on there. I can just go there and have it charged, and then that'll be my participation in this event, I guess.
It's either, yes, on the website, it'll be available, and Facebook.
Oh, okay. I'm not on Facebook. Okay. So,
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve the Class F liquor license to hold the virtual wine tasting fundraiser for the Langworthy Library on October 24th with a waiver of the $15 fee.
Second?
Second, okay. I'll let Sharon have the second.
okay.
And
Okay, motion made and seconded.
I think you meant to say, and I don't think you used the word the Langworthy Public Library.
I
As part
used
of
the
the
word
motion?
Langworthy
Oh, okay.
Library.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any further comments, folks? Having heard.
Just good luck to the Langworthy Public Library, and
Okay, thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck, Donna.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the licensing board and reconvene as council.
seconded.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
I'd
you.
also like to make a motion to move the new business forward to before the consent agenda.
Seconded.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so the new business item we're going to take up because Dave Caswell is in the audience. First item under new business, first and only item, discuss, consider, and possibly vote to award the bid for the heavy-duty dump truck to Rhode Island Truck Center of East Providence, Rhode Island, in the amount of $161,270, funded through the town's capital improvement plan, DPW number 1. Bill McGarry.
Thank you. On Sunday, August 23rd, advertisements were placed in the Providence Journal and the Wesley Sun to solicit bids for the purchase of a new DPW heavy-duty dump truck. 5 truck dealers bid on the truck. And kindly refer to Acting DPW Director Dave Caswell's attached bid award memorandum. And I concur with his recommendation to award the bid to the Rhode Island Truck Center for a Freightliner 108-SD with a Duraclass body and a Viking plow in the amount of $161,270. This bid represents the lowest bid received that meets the required specifications enumerated in the town's request for proposals. This heavy-duty dump truck is being funded through the DPW's capital improvement plan with $172,682 set aside for the purchase and financing of the truck.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Any questions for Dave or Bill?
Can you repeat the amount of money that was set aside? You said 172,000 something.
$172,682 in the CIP.
Okay, so we're actually spending less than what was set aside? Is that, I'm just for clarification.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I'd like to move that the Hopkinton Town Council award the bid for a heavy-duty dump truck for the town's Public Works Department to the Rhode Island Truck Center of East Providence, Rhode Island, in the amount of $160,207, funded through the town's capital improvement plan, DPW number 1.
Seconded.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any further council comments?
Yes, I'd like to ask Dave, I'm just curious, how long do these trucks usually last? How many years roughly?
In this town or another town?
Well, I'm trying to talk about
They
how,
last longer in this
Use the
town.
mic.
I didn't hear
Dave,
the
you got to
answer.
talk in the mic. It's not going to work.
We used to like to say 20 years, but with the electronics and the deterioration of such today, you're looking at 15, possibly 12-year life expectancy now. Most departments they have a 10-year plan, most departments.
I just thought it was an important piece of information. Thank you.
Okay,
And the other important piece of information is generally they make these trucks last 20 years. Thank you.
The department does.
Yeah, the Department of Public Works does a great job.
a motion made and seconded, and any further comment other than Scott's question? Having heard none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 That's
Aye.
unanimous. That's unanimous, Lisa. Thank you.
Got it.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. Next up, consent agenda. Approved town council meeting minutes of September 21st, 2020. Approved refund as a result of an overpayment by the escrow company on a 2020 real property tax and an overpayment by the taxpayer on a 2020 tangible tax. Set November 3rd, 2020 as a hearing date for a transfer of a Class A liquor license filed by B&M Liquors Village Wine and Spirits. Ratify and approve the 10th local declaration of emergency from October 5th to November 1st, 2020.
I just want to pull the September 21st, 2020 minutes.
Okay, September 21st. What page, Scott?
Page 6. It's just, and I know I'm criticized for spelling, but I believe Ginsburg correctly is Ginsburg. I just like to have that checked, but I think it's Berg, not Berg like an iceberg. Just have it checked.
All right, well, we can
Small point, but you
quickly
know.
Google that and check that, sure. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt these minutes and have the clerk check on the spelling of Ginsburg and correct it if it needs to be.
A second.
Okay,
Thank you.
motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
I would like to make a motion to approve the rest of the consent agenda as read.
I thought I just did.
Second.
Second.
No. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry
Thank you.
about that.
All right, thank you, folks. Next up, town manager report, Bill McGarry.
Thank you. I had 5 items on the manager's report. The first one is the student locator cards. At the request of the town council president, over the last year or so, I've been assisting the town clerk's office in the review of the Charahoe Regional School District student locator card requests. The clerk's office serves as the first level of review, and I serve as the second level. Any questionable requests are followed up with Donna Sikowitz, the Charahoe Superintendent's Administrative Assistant, and by their residency officers and Hopkinton police officers who visit the residents to ensure that the student lives there. All persons applying for the locator cards from the town of Hopkinton are required to meet several requirements. They're also required to sign a sworn notarized affidavit confirming that the child or the student actually lives in the town of Hopkinton. As of this date, we've denied many requests and have saved the town hundreds of thousands of dollars as a result of our combined efforts, which began in September of 2019. The list of Charahoe students in all grades by town is forwarded to the 3 Charahoe towns by the Charahoe Regional School District on or about mid-October of each year. and we expect that list very shortly. The second item is the DPW Director and Town Manager Administrative Assistance ads. As a result of the DPW Director, Tim Teft, and my Administrative Assistant, Virginia, leaving town employment, we have advertised to fill those two positions. The DPW Director's position was advertised on September 20th in the Westerly Sun and also on our website. The Town Manager's Assistant slot was advertised and then again re-advertised in the Westerly Sun, Providence Journal, and on our website. The deadline date for the receipt of applications is October 9th for both positions. And the game plan is to try and fill these positions before November 1st if possible. The third item is the Stubtown Road landfill. This project continues to move forward. On July 6th, the Town Council voted to authorize the issuance of an RFP for the Phase 2 parcel of the landfill. On September 20th, an advertisement was placed in the Providence Journal and on the town's website soliciting bids for a proposed lease agreement from experienced renewable energy companies for the solar project. A pre-bid meeting and site inspection was held on October 1st, and the due date for the receipt of bid submissions is November 5th. In addition, on September 18th, planner Jim Landfill submitted 2 brownfields site preparation and remediation applications to the Rhode Island Department of Energy Management, Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, to offset these remediation costs. The first grant was for $459,872, and the second grant was for $523,035. We've been working very closely with Rhode Island DEM and the State Office of Energy Resources on this project, and hopefully we will receive the amount requested to partially fund this project. Special thanks to Jim Lampfer for his work on these grant applications. In addition, on October 1st, we responded to the landfill for the site inspection, and there were 36 people in attendance. Approximately 10 of them were staff and engineers from Crossman and DEM, but approximately 25 of those persons represented companies that were interested in bidding on the project. So that was a very good sign. We had a big turnout at that site. The fourth item is a tree removal meeting. On September 16th, Acting DPW Director Dave Caswell and I met with Scott Eden of Northeastern Tree at the Crandall House to discuss tree removal operations in Hopkinton. Northeastern Tree is on the state master price agreement, and they came very highly recommended. On September 23rd, DPW employee Jamie Edwards met with Scott Eden and inspected the 98 trees that are earmarked to be removed. Scott also advised that if the town waits until after January 1st of 2021, the cost is discounted by 20%, which is probably the most cost-effective path to follow. We are currently awaiting an estimate on the removal cost, which should actually be below the cost reflected on the MPA. In addition, during the meantime, National Grid and DPW employees continue to remove dangerous trees in town as needed. And lastly, municipal government operations. Check that, municipal court operations. The town is currently attempting to schedule Hopkinton Municipal Court sessions for non-traffic offenses with building and zoning violation cases in the near future. Judge Maggie Steele, Solicitor Kevin McAllister, certified building official Anthony Santilli, court staff in my office are proposing to schedule a few sessions, up to 5, 30 minutes apart, to resolve some of the backlog cases. This arrangement will comply with the governor's executive orders and be supervised by a police officer to ensure compliance. I met with CBO Anthony Santilli on September 29th, and there are currently 3 cases scheduled for November 6th session of the municipal court. And there's more to follow at a later date.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Anyone have any questions? I'll start with maybe Sharon, because you're not at Town Hall. Do you have any questions for Bill, Sharon?
Yeah, I do. I wanted to write it down. On the Stubtown Road landfill, I think that was the one that you said, Bill, that you said that there were 30-some people at the site, and I wanted to know how many of them were potential bidders.
Well, there were 36 people there, and approximately 25 people were affiliated with companies who responded and hopefully will submit a bid.
Okay. And then on the tree removal, you said that, I don't know which, is it Northeast Tree or is it Dave Caswell who is saying if we wait until after January 1st, the cost would go down by 20%, and I want to know why.
Well, that came from Scott Eden of Northeastern Tree. He's one of their supervisors. And the reason why is because it's a slow period for those people, Northeastern Tree. So they discount their work probably January, February, and March by 20%.
And so they would be doing that in the snow?
Well, if it's snowing, they will.
Okay. Just curious. All right. They're going to do it in the cold also, right?
Yeah. The cold, I think.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They work all year round. It's just that, January, February, and March are kind of slower months for them. So, if they can work, if they can get in on the ground floor, especially if it's funded annually by the town, I mean, that's something that they really want to do. So they would be willing, according to Northeast Tree, to discount it 20% for those months.
And although Northeast Tree is on the state master price agreement, is there more than one bidder like that?
There are
Or are
well,
beyond, I'm sorry, is there another tree removal company on that state master price agreement?
there are 3.
Okay, so are we going to be getting quotes from all 3 or just from Northeastern?
Well, the quotes are already in under the master price agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh.
one is excessively high, so we discounted that one. The other one was a little bit lower, but not much lower, but they didn't have a very good reputation of performance according to DPW.
Okay.
I mean, we can bring them in and talk to them, but
No, I just want to understand the background so everybody understands what being on the state master price agreement, what all that means, because a lot of people don't know what that means. So that's why I'm always for some competitive bidding, and I do know that a lot of times people, especially state facilities, they go out and they pick 3, they do their regular bidding and they pick 3 people that you can use. And I just wanted to know why we picked Northeastern versus one of the other 2, that's all.
I think the purpose of the master price agreement is to relieve all the cities and towns from having to go out to bid time and time again
Right.
They've already been vetted, pretty much.
by the state.
Yes, but but that list doesn't just have one company on it. So I just wanted to understand why we picked Northeastern Tree. That's all. So I'm not going to be against it. I'll be for it. So,
Okay.
thank
All right,
you.
Sharon. Anybody here at Town Hall have a question? Sylvia?
Bill, do you have any idea when they'll make the announcement in reference to these grants for the landfill?
I have no idea. That's
Okay.
a state issue with Island DEM.
Okay. On the trees, Is there any action needed by the town council in the future to delay this until like January 1st? Is there anything you need from the council to move in this direction?
No, the money for this project is in the CIP.
Mhm.
It rolls over for 3 years.
Right. But I mean, there's no contracts, there isn't anything the council needs to do in the future to say, yeah, we agree, we'll wait until January 1st. There isn't anything you need?
I don't believe
It
so.
would just be common sense. Let's hope.
You know, I think Sylvia's right. We have a consensus that that's a good idea. We would agree with you, and we hope that you'll
About
wait
waiting until January.
and do 20%.
To save the
Sure.
So it's a
20%.
consensus
oh,
by the
sure.
council.
That was our intent, to wait until after January,
Mhm.
because it'd be a savings of about $14,000.
Okay. All right, that's all I had.
Okay. Barbara?
I do have one more question. I'm sorry. So this northeastern tree, how much, or maybe how much are they quoting now? How much are they with the 20% off? Because you must have a number. And then how much is left of the 72,000 after we do whatever northeastern tree's quote is?
Well, we're waiting for the numbers from Northeastern Tree now.
Okay.
Okay, Barbara has questions for Bill.
Yeah, I have two other questions, Bill. I know we have the information out for the administrative assistant for your position. Does it make more sense to wait for the next town manager and let them choose their assistant? I know that there are certain things that they do as a common, but I just thought it might be something that's more comfortable for someone to hire their own assistant.
It was my thought pattern that I would try to get an administrative assistant in there prior to me leaving, just to kind of familiarize her with how the office runs, so that after I'm gone, she would have some type of knowledge about how the office works. So when the next town manager comes in, she would be able to explain to him what she learned as a result of her being there with me.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
And so if you find someone, that's great, but if not, then the new town manager can hire them. Okay.
I was going to try and hire by November 1st.
I mean, I think it makes good sense,
I'm
but
gonna try, yeah.
yeah. But if you can't, then the next one
No,
will just
yeah, he's
hire
going
them.
to put a good faith effort forward to try and do that and see
Okay.
what happens.
Otherwise, you'd have both the new town manager and the new administrative assistant coming in ice cold.
All right, and so the,
I think your plan.
Hold on,
Bill, is-
Sharon, hold on. Barbara's not done yet.
Oh, okay.
then the other question I had is, Bill, you had said that you denied many of the requests for the
Okay, the cards.
locator cards. Can you tell us what problem did you find in particular? I mean, to deny, are people coming from out of area? Are they, I just don't know.
Well, we work very closely with the town clerk's office, and when we get a locator card request, it's first vetted by, first level of review by the clerk's office, and then they send all of them up to me.
Right.
And if they, if I take a look at the locator card, if there's someone who lives in town, there's an attached deed to the package.
Oh.
So I know that they live in town, and the deed is provided by the clerk's office. If they don't own property and they rent, they got to have a lease. And if they don't have a lease and they have like a residency form that says so-and-so is allowed to live with me, then we get a hold of Charahoe. They send down the residence, one of the two residence officers to verify it. And if we're still not satisfied, we send a Hopkinton police officer to the house to ensure that the student lives in the town of Hopkinton.
And so you found some errors and omissions, and so you've been able to stop that. That's great.
Yes, we have, and maybe about a dozen or so. And
Is-
there have been a lot of people who have come in, and once they see that it's a signed, sworn, notarized affidavit, they just leave. So,
Yeah, well, that saves us 18,000 a student, so I do appreciate it. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I,
All right, thanks, Barbara. Scott, speak into the microphone if you have questions.
Thank
for
you.
Bill.
I will try to speak in the microphone. I guess some people, normally I can understand and appreciate the fact that you would want a town manager to hire their own administrative assistant, but I think I like to support our town manager, Bill McGarry. It's going to be a very serious loss for Hopkinton. And my concern for the town of Hopkinton is bigger than the town manager's office, because at the minimum, we're going to be losing 3 town council members and possibly more. I don't know what the results of the election are going to be, but I'm really concerned about the continuance of local government in this town. Like we're going to lose 3 town council members at minimum. We're going to lose the town manager, and it's very important so that the town of Hopkinton can put its best foot forward. So I do support the town manager on this administrative assistant so that we have the best foot forward for the town of Hopkinton. I just want to say that. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Scott. All right, no other further questions for
Frank?
Sylvia? Hold on one second. Sylvia, did you speak in? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Sharon, go ahead. You have one question, then I'll get to Sylvia. Go ahead.
It's not a question. I was going to say that I also support Bill's idea of hiring the administrative assistant before he goes. I just wanted to let him know that I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you. Sylvia?
Yeah, I was just going to weigh in and on the assistant, and it's going to be very important. Hopefully that does get filled, because no one's going to be in that office. No one's going to be there for emails. And I mean, there are ways to deal with those things, but it's very important that the staff that's left have some help, because if Brian's kind of keeping an eye in finances, keeping an eye on things, now he's got manager, people are calling, emails, bid documents. There's all sorts of things, obviously, that go on your office. And yeah, all the things you just noted. And so, no, hopefully that it's very important that get filled. Yeah, I agree.
Certainly try. Do we have any applications in yet for the administrative assistant yet? Just curious.
Unfortunately, we only have 3,
Oh,
and 2 of them didn't meet the minimum educational requirements, so
you need an associate's degree, I guess, right?
yes.
Yes, okay. Or higher, right?
Why?
Right.
But the deadline is, a lot of times the applications come in all in a clump right before the deadline, so we're anticipating a few more coming
How
in.
many hours is it? I lost track.
I believe it's 29.
29, okay.
And Bill, what's the salary range?
It's not a salary, it's a wage, and I believe it's like $22 an hour.
Okay, that's a good number. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any more questions for Bill? Okay, having heard none, we'll move on. I guess the last item, right, is the boards and commissions. Number 1, discuss, consider, and possibly vote to appoint Bradley Hodge to the Conservation Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any further comments from anyone? Barbara?
My only concern with Mr. Hodge is that he specifically would like to keep the town forested and homes. And my interest in the town from 30 years ago was the fact that it's farms, pastures, meadows, dairy farms. It's not all forest and trees and homes. So I'm concerned about that, and he is new to the town. So he's been here for 3 or 4 years, I think.
2 years.
2 years. And that's not really a lot of time to learn the town and learn the needs of the town. I was also concerned that people sometimes wanting to join a commission have not even attended a meeting to learn the people or to learn the problems or the concerns. We already have, that is, and one member pretty substantially into forested and housing developments. And I'm very concerned about that in the long haul. I would like to see more economic development. I also want to keep the farms and the open space and the meadows. And I am concerned that I think Mr. Hodge just needs more experience and more work with the town to learn the processes and the way we try to accomplish a complex issue.
Okay, thanks, Barbara. Scott, speak into the mic, please.
I thank you. This is the deal. And I'm sounding like Joe Biden. I don't think I should say that, but forgive me for saying that. I think the dilemma with Hopkinton is the fact it's tough to get volunteers. The planning board is the most important appointed board probably in the town. And they have 2 vacancies as alternate members. Very serious board. And it's tough to get people to step up to the plate. And the bottom line is this: the Conservation Commission is an advisory board. It's not like the zoning board that has real power. It's not like the town council that has real power. The real decisions in this town are made by the town council, or in the case of the zoning board, because they have power, or the canvassers that has to execute election laws, and maybe the Board of Tax Review. So I'm going to support Mr. Hodge. You know, it's very difficult to get people, but the chips usually fall on the town council, the 5 people who are elected to the town council. And I hope anybody that's elected to the council understands that. I thank Mr. Hodge for his interest. I do suggest he acquaint himself a little more with the town, but I will support his appointment. And that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. Barbara, Sylvia, do you have any comments or questions? I just unmuted Mr. Hodge, so Mr. Hodge is live.
Oh, good. And I think it's, and he is new to town, but aside from that, I think it's the perfect way to learn about our town. So that's why and I understand about the Conservation Commission, but I just think it's a great way to learn. And who knows what, he may stay on that commission for decades because he likes it. Sometimes it's a stepping stone to something else important, but I think it's a great way to learn about our town. So.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, I just, you know, I'm with Scott and Barbara, I guess, on a couple points, but mainly, you know, it's tough to get folks to volunteer. I never want to turn down a volunteer.
You're breaking up.
We may have lost the signal.
Go ahead.
Oh, here.
I don't know. Frank?
Yes.
There's
Hello?
Small technical
Oh,
glitch there.
okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now,
Yes,
and
Oh,
Yeah.
and so anyway, I never want to turn down a volunteer. It's important to get volunteers to serve. My only comment, you know, to Mr. Hodge as he embarks on this Conservation Commission appointment is
You're in and out. Frank? Frank, you're in and out. Lisa, can you hear him?
I cannot.
Okay. Oh, it's almost over.
Yes.
okay.
Having a small connectivity issue with Town Hall. They should be back up soon.
Okay.
Can anyone hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you didn't hear, but just briefly, you know, again, I like folks that want to volunteer. I know he's only been in town a couple years. My only ask is that Mr. Hodge remains objective when he serves on this board, and the other board going forward, and that he respects the opinions of other folks on the board and works collaboratively to ensure that the goals of that Board of Commission are met. So that's all I have. Mr. Hodge, did you want to weigh in on a couple quick notes or? *6 to unmute Mr. Hodge. You're unmuted.
So
Mr.
I
Hodge?
definitely appreciate all the advice.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Yeah. Yep.
I appreciate all the advice and definitely understand I have a lot to learn, but I'm looking forward to learning new things and obviously staying objective. I understand the comments about the fields and the pastures and the farms. I do like that, and driving around town, I do notice that, so it's another thing to keep in mind, but I look forward to being able to do my part and help out where I can.
Amen.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's all I have to say, though. Thank you.
Yep, thanks, Mr. Hodge.
Mr. President?
Yes. Yes,
There
Lisa?
is a Conservation Commission, there's a Conservation Commission meeting this coming Thursday
Oh,
at
boy.
7 p.m. I will forward him the agenda or have Harvey forward the agenda on, one way
Okay.
or another.
That sounds
Okay.
good. Right into the hot seat, I guess.
Right.
All right, great. So motion made and seconded, I believe. Any further council comments on Mr. Hodges' appointment?
I got just a kind of a technical thing. Lisa, in general, you've got a brand new fellow in town. He's, I assume, going to get appointed tonight. How does he become aware of some of the do's and don'ts, like the open meetings violation, things like that?
Well, what I normally do is provide a copy of the charge of the commission and the board members with the contact information. And as far as I would think that the chairperson of any board or commission would probably give a little bit of a tuition or some guidance if there is any. They usually have one clerk who files the agendas, or sometimes it's the chairperson of that particular commission who does it. So depending on who it is, right now Harvey is filing the agendas, so he's familiar with the requirements of what needs to be done and when.
All right. Yeah, I just thought to bring it up because I remember once we were interviewing for a reappointment, which we did do the reappointment for someone that was the chairperson, and they said flat out, it's not their business.
Oh, I don't recall that.
Right. So I would just encourage.
Whenever there's a new change to the law, a couple of years ago, there was a change that tightened up the window of time that you could file an agenda. Usually the solicitor provides me with an update if I haven't caught something in the law or legislation that was passed in a previous session. We try to make sure whoever is doing the filing for those agendas, so whether that's the clerk and or the chairperson, it's best if both people have an idea of who's doing what. So it's best if those two people, clerk and chairperson, get an idea. I usually do a memo to them and explain the new updates, and then it gets more complicated as we go forward in time.
And I wasn't even thinking about the agenda. What I was thinking about is the simple rule that you do not talk to more than one individual, and the rolling quorum problem.
Rolling quorum, yep. So we don't violate the OMA. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Those are important things, and people might not, ordinarily you'd think, well, why can't I talk to somebody?
I know.
I care about nature and I wanted to talk to them, but there are rules. You can't talk to three people.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Okay. So anyway, so Harvey, if you're out there, just have a discussion with Mr. Hodge about some of the do's and don'ts. Thank you.
He's not, I don't think he is, but,
Are
okay.
we ready to vote?
Yep. Motion made and seconded. No further comments from the council on the appointment? All right, all those in favor of Mr. Bradley Hodges' appointment to the Conservation Commission signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. That looks like it's unanimous. Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Hodge, and good luck Thursday. Okay. Okay. Last item on the agenda, public forums. Star 9 to raise your hand, and then star 6 to unmute. I don't see any hands.
Really?
Nope.
Not even Joe Morell?
Joe's there, he's just listening. All right, so
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, thank
Good
you.
Good night. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.